Hi, guys. Welcome to the podcast Time Bomb. It's your host, Diamond. And for today's topic, we're going to be talking about like new identity, new self, figuring out who you are, and everything like that. I'm actually super excited to talk about this topic because I'm going to get personal with you guys and I'm going to depict my life and how I created this new identity for myself and this new version of myself. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, so I feel like we've all been or felt some type of feeling where we just felt lost in life and we were just very unhappy on where we were in life, or even like trying to discover who you are and what you like and what you don't like. And let me give you guys a couple of examples. Like when you're dating someone, whether it's for 6 months or a couple years, and you guys break up. Once you guys break up, you are now trying to find like who you are. Whether that meant you guys shared friends or you guys didn't share friends, at the end of the day, like you guys were still like packaged together. You guys were a bundle. You guys came together. So now that you and that person are no longer together, you are now trying to rediscover who you are, because in a sense when you were with that person was part of your identity. That person was part of what made you you, if that made sense. And it's not even not even in a way where you depended on this person for everything. No, you may have never depended on that person, or you never were like solely dependent on that person and you needed that person in life. But at the end of the day, it's like when you do date someone, you guys do merge together and you guys do kind of become one, if that makes sense. And then when you guys break up, when you guys separate, you are now stuck with, okay, what does my daily routine look like without this person incorporated in it? What does my life look like? What do I like to do? What do I don't like to do? What do I like to eat? Where do I like to eat? All these things. So even if you haven't been through a breakup, something as simple as like you're just not happy with where you are in your life and you're just not liking who you are becoming or who you are currently. And that's fine too. And sometimes in my case, I guess you experience tragedy that flips your life upside down, and now you're trying to figure out what is your new life? What is the new normal? Who are you becoming? So now it's like you're having this self identity crisis and you're like, who am I? Like, what do I like? What don't I like? Like, what exactly, like, who am I? What are my characteristics? What are my qualities? And who do I want to become in the future? What is my plan in the future? What is my goals in the future? Or what are my goals in general? And that's genuinely how I felt. And I felt like I've been in all three of those situations, or I've been that person in all three of those situations where I'm finding my new self, where I'm inventing my new self. I am literally inventing a new diamond, which is crazy to think about. And when my mom had passed, my life really did fall apart. And my mom was the glue that held everything together. So to now have that glue ripped away, obviously what happens? The puzzle falls apart. So you either rebuild that same puzzle with missing pieces, or you get a brand new puzzle and you create something else. And I was like, okay, my life cannot be the same. No matter how I try to replicate it, no matter how much I try to force it, and I forced it to keep my life the exact same, it's impossible. It's impossible. It genuinely is impossible. In every situation, it is impossible. Once you come to realization, and once you realize who am I, and you're having this crisis, this identity, like who am I? What does Diamond like? What does so and so like? What what makes Diamond Diamond? What makes Diamond special? What separates Diamond? And it's like once you have that thought come in your head, there is no going back. You can't go back and try to act like that thought never happened and try to carry on with your life and not make changes, because I've tried, and that too is also a complete disaster because you're fighting what is meant to happen. And once you get over like fighting what is meant to happen, and it may be sad and it may be tough, and for me, I definitely had a lot of low moments, a lot of low points, but now future me or present me can speak on the past, and it's like all those things have made me who I am now. All of those things have put me in this situation that I am now. And it's so crazy to think about. It's so crazy to think and look back on videos from me from middle school, from me from high school, Even me, like my freshman year in college, I have no idea who that person is. That is not me. That's not me. And I'm not about to like shit on past Diamond because no, that Diamond was good too. Nah, let me stop. But I'm not about to shit on past Diamond because Diamond didn't know any better. That past version of me didn't know any better. So I literally made the best decisions I could at that current moment. And I always say this at the time. I don't regret anything because if I made the best decision I could in that moment with the knowledge and information I had, then I made the best decision I could. So there's nothing for me to regret. But looking back on that, I'm like, wow, like that I'm a totally different person. I may look the same, but I'm a totally different person. My mindset is different. Who I have in my circle is different. How I operate is different. What I do is different. What my passions are, who I believe in, who I trust are different. Everything is different, and that's fine. And it's fine, and it's definitely an uncomfortable phase or like middle like limbo that I'm like that you're in when you're going through this old you're no longer like you're kind of dishing or like you're shedding off the old you to become the new you. It definitely is an awkward phase because people are going to disagree with you, people are going to fight with you, people are going to tug with you, people are going to say, what are you doing, you're not the same person I knew, you're totally different, you changed, like all these things. And that's fine, and it's normal, and it happened to me, and it's so crazy because it's like if I would have listened to so many people that had told me not to do X, Y, and Z and all these different things, I wouldn't be the version I am today. I would probably be the same version as I was in the past. And there's nothing, like I said, I'm not going to shit on Diamond because past Diamond definitely has some good qualities and some good characteristics. But I'm very grateful for who I am now and who I'm becoming in the future. I know people like, girl, give me some details because you're acting like you made a whole 360 in your life. So let me give y'all some details. So I feel like past me, and I'm still kind of like this, but I handle it a little better. I hate confrontation and I hate awkward situations. Now, don't get me wrong. A girl will yell if she gotta yell. I will argue if I gotta argue. But I don't like doing it. It is very draining for me. It's always been draining for me. It wipes me out. Like, let me tell you, it wipes me out. And I also didn't like being put in awkward situations. So if I thought something was going to be awkward, because I was kind of like, I wanted people to be happy and I didn't really want to deal with the nonsense, or I wanted people to like me or be happy for me or happy of me. I don't know. I would go and put myself in these awkward situations that I knew from the jump I did not want to be in. All for what? For what? To make someone else happy? Oh, so that there's no drama. And it just was not it. And at the same time, I was a very headstrong person. I was the person that I had my, maybe not 5 years because that's a little drastic, but maybe like 4 years planned out, and everything had to go accordingly. If everything didn't go accordingly, then my life was over, my life was ruined. And I also feel like I had to prove everybody wrong, and everything was always a battle. Like I always was fighting with someone, not physically fighting or maybe not even verbally fighting, but I felt like I always had this pressure that I needed to prove everybody wrong, and that I needed to do all these things, or that I needed, or even that I needed to do all these things to make other people happy. And I definitely do feel like a lot of people do feel like this, and especially going through like high school and about to go to college, it's like you do have the pressure of your parents and your grandparents on you for one, finishing high school. Congrats, that's a big thing alone. And then two, going to college, staying in college, and then graduating from college, and then on top of that, getting a job out of college. Like that, it's a lot of pressure, and it is. And I do feel like that was part of the pressure too. But I also feel like I am slash was, because kind of still am, I am a big overthinker, like to the point where I overthink so much that I kind of talk myself out of things, or I talk myself into things that I really shouldn't be in, type of thing. And that's just who I was. And I also felt like past me wouldn't do everything that I wanted to do because I was not surrounded by the right people, or I wasn't in the right place. And I made 1,001 reasons on why I couldn't do something. And it was never like anything crazy. It was more like projects, and because I'm very creative, so it's more like projects and like fashion wise and just expressing myself. I feel like I didn't fully really express myself because of, I don't know, because of who I was, maybe because of who I was surrounded by. I'm not 100% sure now that I'm saying it out loud. But anyway, I definitely was a totally different person. I feel like current me, now me, I know what I want. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I don't have to argue with anything to anybody. I don't even care to argue with half the people. People say stuff to me, I just say okay and I keep it pushing. If it's very important, I'll make a mental note if I don't forget. Keyword, if I don't forget. But other times, I'm like, that's your opinion, and this is mine. It's my life, and I'm gonna make the best decision for me. And if I want to do X, Y, and Z, that's what I'm gonna do. One, because I'm grown. Two, because I really don't care. It's not your life. And three, whatever I'm doing is making me happy, and that is the main goal, is to make yourself happy, is to be happy personally. And I understand a lot of people have, a lot of people do want the best. A lot of people have the best interest for you and want the best for you, and that's fine. But I also feel like a lot of people don't know their boundaries. I also feel like a lot of people don't know when to fall back and let you take your own path and your own course. Obviously still helping and guiding, but I'm not talking like full throttle and you driving. Like, no, that's not happening. So once I was able to realize that I am no longer going to be able to be the same Diamond I was when my mom was still here, because that's just impossible. I'm no longer the same person. Part of me is broken, and it can't be fixed, first of all. So now I'm learning how to cope with this pain. But two, I no longer wanted to be the same Diamond. So once my mom had passed, it was kind of like an opening for me to be a brand new person, for me to reinvent myself, like literally for me to be a brand new Diamond. And during this stage and during this moment, I was like, okay, what does Diamond like to do? What does Diamond not like? Diamond does not like a lot of things. I do not like a lot of things, and I can admit that. And I knew that from the jump, but I could not tell you what I genuinely wanted to do in my future. I couldn't tell you what hobbies I like to do, because I didn't really know any. I knew what I like to do with other people. I knew what other people like me to do, but I didn't know what I wanted to do one-on-one, solo, by myself. I could do any day, all day, without a problem, mind my business, and be happy and content. I didn't know. I genuinely didn't know. So while I'm trying to figure this out, I'm obviously trying new things. And that's what you have to do. You have to try new hobbies and activities, like reading a book, maybe meditating, going to yoga, exercising, whatever that may be for you. You have to try new things to learn what you like and what you don't like. And I feel like that was very important in me kind of becoming a new person, is figuring out what I like one-on-one, what I like by myself. And I kept coming to the conclusion, like, I like social media. I love social media. Okay, well, if you love social media, why don't you stop giving yourself excuses and invest in yourself? Invest in the computer, invest in the lighting, invest in cameras. I kept having this feeling like, oh, I can't because I'm wasting money. What if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't work out? And it's like, no, that's old Diamond thinking. New Diamond thinking, you go out there, you do it. Life is short. Do what you got to do. Even if you do it for only a week or a month, so be it. You tried it. And it's not really failing. And I always look at it as, I never really fail because I've learned something from it. I only fail when I don't learn anything. If I don't learn anything, it's on me. That means I genuinely failed. If I did not take anything from that failure or from that life lesson, that's on me. But you never really fail. I try one thing, and then I end up, while I'm doing that one thing, I end up realizing that I like something else, or I like this aspect of it, but I don't like the whole creating aspect, and that's fine. And it's like, once I was able to take that leap, it was like, wow, like a lot of things have happened, a lot of things have changed. I started the podcast. I decided to record the podcast, post the podcast, consistently post the podcast. And it's like, once I'm able to make that leap, and once I was able to make the jump, I slowly started transitioning into becoming this new person. And I feel like another thing that helped me reinvent myself or reborn my, what is it? Rebirth myself. Yeah, rebirth myself is who I am surrounded by. When people say you cannot have 1,001 people in your circle, they're not playing. 1,001 people are not meant to be in your circle. I have a very small circle, and I keep it that way. And in that circle, people know things about me that are going on in my personal life that I'm struggling with, that I'm working on, whether that's content wise, no matter what it is, like they genuinely want the best for me. No, like doesn't matter if I don't do it their way or no way. Like they just want the best for me. They just want me to see me happy and succeed. And to have people in your circle and have people around you like that will help you tremendously. Will genuinely help you tremendously. Because I've learned that not everybody around you wants the best for you. They may want the best for you, but they only want the best for you when it benefits them or when it's on their terms. But for someone who genuinely wants the best for you whenever, like, whatever you want to do and support you, that's who needs to be in your circle. And I know a lot of people, I'm still friends with a lot of people, but those people who are in my circle know everything. Like, know so much information about me. And that's just that. And I feel like the next or the last major thing is you need to get like a new life, a new start, is you need to break the cycle. I cannot say this enough. Moving to Miami allowed me to be the best version of me, allowed me to be the person I am today, allowed me to thrive. And I understand that everyone's fortunate, and I understand that everyone's in a situation or it's in a situation where they could just up and move. But you don't always have to up and move. And I think that's where the misconception comes around. You don't always have to up and move. You can literally just break a habit in your cycle and your routine. For me, I used to always go on my phone immediately right when I wake up. Now, I'm up for about an hour, hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours where I don't even touch my phone. My phone will still be in my room and I'll be in the living room on the balcony. And then it dawns on me, oh, let me go get my phone after I've already been up for an hour and a half. Maybe reading. I took up reading. I'm not a full-on reader, so don't come at me because I kind of read slow. But still reading and still learning different things. It's like little things to help break your cycle. Once you break that cycle, you are the options, the world, everything is endless. It's genuinely endless. It's helping become your new self, your new version, your new identity, whatever you want to call it, is discipline. It's genuinely discipline and really believing in what you're saying and what you're doing. Once you believe in what you're saying and what you're doing, no one can change your mind. People had so many ideas and thoughts on, why I shouldn't move to Miami, or why I should move to Miami, or why I shouldn't go to this school, why I shouldn't have this person in my life, or why I should have this person in my life, or who I should or should not be friends with, all these things. But once you're confident in yourself and once you realize that you don't owe nobody anything, no one's entitled to knowing anything about your life, it's like a brand new world. And once you believe it, it's a brand new world. It genuinely is. Once you're able to move or do certain things, and I'm not talking about like actually pick up and move your life to a different state or move to a different apartment, but once you're able to actually move around and not have people in the back of your head or not have people in your ear feeding you all this stuff, and you can genuinely make a decision on your own judgment, you've already become a new person. And it's just that. So I feel like the three major things to help you become a brand new version or reinvent yourself, or a new life for yourself, and like that is 1, your mindset, 2, your routine, your cycle, everything will help. And 3, who you surround yourself with. Those are, I feel like, the 3 major things that have helped me become who I am and why I'm so happy of who I become. Because now, I still don't like conflict, don't get me wrong. I still don't like being in awkward situations. But now, I make sure I'm doing what's in the best interest of me. Now I know what I want, and no one can steer me wrong, and I'm not worried about pleasing this person, that person, or making sure I maintain this friendship or this relationship because this is beneficial and this friend, and they told me to, and they told me not to cut this. It's too much. It already sounds chaotic when I'm saying it, so I already know how chaotic it sounds as you guys are listening. But once I was able to move how I wanted to move based on what Diamond wanted, based on what makes Diamond happy, already allowed me to be a new person. And it's as simple as that. Like it genuinely is. It's like it sounds so easy, and I know I'm talking like it's easy, and I know it takes time and it takes work and it takes a lot of dedication. Don't get me wrong, like I did not have this type of mindset or become this type of person in the blink of an eye, because I'm not, and it did not. Like I said, it was definitely a lot of lows and a lot of highs, and it takes time. But be patient with yourself, love yourself. You do one little small thing, be happy for yourself. Don't be like, oh, well, I didn't do this, and this. Girl, if you check one thing off your to-do list, you did something. And that's just how I look at it. You don't always need to check off 25 things in one day. That's just outrageous. Honestly, that's outrageous. But one thing I can say though, and I can say confidently, and like I said, I'm not trying to shit on my old self, but I do feel like my mom would be very happy of who I am and who I'm becoming. And I do think she would love this version of me way more, because I definitely am myself, and I feel like a lot of people can see that, and a lot of people can see that I'm authentic and I'm genuine, and I genuinely want the best for everybody. And I also just want my peace, and that's it. And I just want to live life. And one thing that my mom's passing has shown me is that life is short, and if you want to change your routine, if you want to change where you live at, if you want to change who's in your circle or this or that, you want to change your life, do it. Do it today. Do it right now. Do it as you're listening to this, because people always say life is short, but it really is, and life is never guaranteed, and waking up tomorrow is never guaranteed. And with that being said, it's like I really do cherish a lot more moments in time off social media, with friends and family, that I did not always cherish at first. And I definitely do think my mom would be happy of the version I am today, and I'm happy of the version of who I am today. And I think that's genuinely what matters too. But I definitely do think she'd be very proud of who I am and a lot of things that I've done, a lot of things I've accomplished, and that whatever I accomplish in the future. But yeah, guys, if you don't like who you're becoming, if you don't like who you are, if you don't like, not like who you are, like looks, but if you don't like how you're moving and you don't like what your life is, change it. Take one small step today, one step towards whatever you have to do to reach that goal that you want to reach, or to reach that new person that you want to reach, to break that old shell that you're in and become a new version of yourself. And that's what I've done, and it's been one of the best decisions, and one of the, like, I don't even know how to describe it, like, but one of the greatest things I could have done for myself in general. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you guys want to follow the podcast on Instagram, you guys can follow the podcast at Time Bomb Podcast on Instagram. Once again, you guys can follow the podcast on Instagram at Time Bomb Podcast on Instagram. But thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Bye, guys.